I'm Carrie Ann Stepp, founder and CEO of Vinco Bar Exam Coaching, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 23, bar prep, but make it festive. I've got another Grinch shirt on today. It says Grinch to-do list, and it says make cookies, go to Christmas party, wish everyone a Merry Christmas. The Grinch is not going to do those things, but he is going to dress up like Santa, ignore steps 1 to 3, and steal Christmas. I love all of my Grinch shirts, so excited to be wearing this one today. Okay, we're back in my kitchen because in today's video, we are going to make a cheese board or a cheese plate because I don't think I'm gonna put it on a board. Not directly bar prep related, but I do love making cheese plates. I have them for lunch all the time. I like to make them for parties. So I thought this is something that maybe you'd be interested in seeing me do because you can make it for a holiday party, but also if I were taking the bar exam at home, I would 1000% make a cheese board for lunch. Because it would have like a little bit of everything. It would be more like a snack. It wouldn't be heavy. It could have cheese and crackers and nuts and dried fruit and stuff like that. You'll see what I like to put on mine. And so that was sort of the idea here. But mostly any excuse to eat cheese is good by me. So let's get started. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut up my cheese. I have some cave aged cheddar, some Gouda, and some Manchego. I'm sure I'm saying some of those things wrong. And then let me show you. This is the plate I'm going to use. Can you see the whole thing? It's a literal cheese plate. There's actual pictures of cheese. My friend gave this to me. And I am making this to share with my mom for lunch today. So no, I'm not gonna eat all of the cheese that I put on here. All right, so I'm just gonna cut up some cubes of each of these. I always end up putting too much cheese, like every single time, because I put so many other things as well. But I mean, can you ever really have too much cheese is a question I'm still searching for the answer to. And in my opinion, that answer is no. You really can't ever have too much cheese. Everything here, I think everything on the table is from Fresh Direct, which I don't usually use, but we have been using more recently in 2020 with everything going on. And I've been actually really happy with their products and delivery and what they have available. You can get, you know, wine delivered to your house, which is definitely something that 2020 needs. I feel like we need a little bit more. See, guys, this is how it goes. I'm like, that's not enough, but it's always enough. But let's just add a little bit more. A little bit more of this. So do you think we'll eat all this cheese? I don't think we'll eat all this cheese. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll eat a piece right now. All right. So we got our cheese chopped up. I'm gonna actually just move it out of the way for right now. Get our plate on camera here. And I'm gonna start to fill some of these little guys. I have some questions about whether this plate's gonna be big enough for my plan. We're gonna go with it. Wouldn't be the first time I Had too many things on the plate. Okay, so what I am going to put in these are things that are like wet or drippy and that I don't want to get all over like the crackers or cheese that's on the plate. So the first thing I have is some Everything Bagel hummus. I don't know the brand. Where's the top? Let's see. Tribe. This is the hummus, Everything Bagel. It's delicious, and as someone who cannot eat real bagels and has a hard time getting Everything Bagels, I love Everything Bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. I love, they make this like goat cheese that I get on Fresh Direct. Anyway, I'm just mixing in the little stuff on top, and then I'll fill this guy up. Normally I would only do 1 scoop, but because I'm sharing it, I'm gonna put 2. That's so good. Let me get this out of the way. Then I love olives. So I'm going to put some, these are this kind of olive. I'm sure I'll say it wrong. Castelvetrano. There you go, guys. I majored in Italian. Fun fact about me. So that's how useless that was. But I like these green olives. I buy these to snack on all the time. And I don't know if my mom likes these kind of olives or not, but oh look, red and green. Didn't even do that on purpose. I'm gonna fill this up. I love to put like a big combination of things on the cheese plates, sweet, savory, so that I can mix and match. Of course, I'm snacking as we go because I can't help myself. Oh, next we have our jams. This is the brand of both of them. One is fig preserves and one is peach. Ooh, peach. They're the same brand. Not a lot left of this peach, so we'll do our best here. The peach is one of my favorites. I feel like these jars would make really good candle holders. I mean, you saw me try to craft a stress ball. So I don't think I'll be attempting that anytime in the near future, but maybe somebody else wants to. Now the fig preserve, I know my mom likes this, so I'm gonna add a little extra. Fig and cheese goes so well together. Get these out of the way. Okay, so now maybe let's put the cheese on. I don't get like super fancy here. Just gonna try to put it all around. I usually snack so much while I make cheese plates that I'm somewhat full by the time it's time to actually eat the cheese plate, so trying not to do that today. Also want it, oh, whoops, that's not a piece I want to put on there. So just, that'll be my little cheese section. Then I have some hot soppressata. So the book that I will show you at the end, this is not a recipe from a book, but there is this cheese plate book that I like. And they do have vegan options and dairy-free options. So if this is not your thing, then you can do that. This will be a gluten-free plate because I think you guys have heard me mention before that I'm gluten-free. And so is my mom. My mom has celiac disease, so we have to be gluten-free. So yes, everything here is gluten-free. Now, what's next? This is my favorite. It's prosciutto. I don't know if you can really see. that this is like, so good. It's really thinly sliced. And you can, I don't know if you can tell that I don't have huge quantities of any of these things because a lot of them are imported and kind of expensive. And that's one thing I like about Fresh Direct is like you don't have to buy a whole pound of anything. You can just pick and choose what you want. So I think I just got like 1/4 pound of everything that I was getting. Again, I'm like, I want it to look pretty, but I'm more concerned about not putting things next to each other. That would be gross if they were touching, not gonna lie. So that's my primary focus. So building this section up, and of course have to eat a piece. I feel like half of this is gonna be with my mouth full. All right, what should we do next? Maybe veggies or crackers? Maybe let's do some veggies. So I have some little baby tomatoes over here. Rinsed them, dried them. I'm gonna get them in here. I also have some, I open these little multicolored baby carrots. I'm big on getting variety of color, texture, flavor in my cheese plates. A few more. The carrots are good with the hummus. I want to have one, but I don't want to chew in your ear. Also chop up a few slices of cucumber. I recently made just almost stabbed myself with that knife. I recently made a brunch cheese plate, and I did lox and cream cheese, and I toasted gluten-free rye bread, and I put it on the cucumbers, and that was delicious. Brunch and cheese plates, like the combination of those two things, are probably like my ideal meal. Okay, so now I'm gonna decor an apple. I don't always do this, but my mom mentioned that she likes, hold on, I can't talk while I do this. I will absolutely hurt myself. I'm so sorry that you have to hear this and the camera will shake, but that wasn't too painful. Anyway, my mom mentioned that she likes cheese and apples, so I thought I would throw these on here for her. Apples would be great to add to a cheese plate if you are doing brie. They go really well together. I'm just trashing my kitchen right now. So I love that little decoring device. I'm sure that's not its official name. I'm going to put these apples around the outside here. But you do still have to check and make sure that we got all the core. So I usually will just go through and clean up the inside like this. I think this is a Gala apple. Literally stole it out of my mom's refrigerator, so not entirely sure, but whatever apple tickles your fancy. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. That's probably enough apple. Usually I like overfill it and then I cannot transport it. The good thing about today is that she's gonna come here, so I do not have to transport it. Let's do some crackers. I really like these Simple Mills brand for gluten-free. These are just the plain sea salt ones, and then these are the sprouted seed everything crackers. So, like I said, big fan of everything flavored things. I like these. I like to put the jam on these crackers with a piece of cheese. Like, that's always super delicious. Gotta split up the band here. Oh yeah, and I talk to my cheese plate while I make it. I feel like if Steve were here, he'd appreciate that. Let's see. I know it looks like we're running out of space, but we're also almost done with things that we're putting on. Wow, this is turning out so pretty. And I'm really proud of myself. We have a little red and green going on. I was going to try to do like the most and actually like make this holiday themed by like making the food red and green. But then I was like, I'm just gonna eat what I want. Okay. Now I'm gonna add some dried fruit. I have dried apricots, dried cherries, and dried cranberries. So we'll throw a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is like the second time I'm gonna talk about digestion on Vlogmas, but you gotta be careful with dried apricots because you eat too many of those. I would not eat those on exam day. They will work their magic on you. Oh man. Okay, so these are some dried cherries that I'm putting on now. Then last we have some dried cranberries, which will be indistinguishable from the cherries, so I might need to rethink my game plan here. Ooh, the one nut got away. So I'm gonna actually put the cranberries in here so that I know cranberries on the inside, cherries on the outside. I don't know if my mom likes dried cherries, so that's why. Then we have some nuts. I'm gonna put some pecans, handful of those on the outside. And some sliced almonds. Also, now depending on what I'm putting on the plate, I might put these in the little tiny bowls because they can be messy. Now let's see if I can make some room. I have one more thing that I want to add, so remove this. I just discovered this brand called Quinn that makes gluten-free pretzels. They're peanut butter filled, and these are peanut butter and dark chocolate. I've done this with the traditional peanut butter ones. I like to dip them in the jam and turn them into peanut butter and jelly pretzels. They're like dusted in dark chocolate. I'm making a mess. So I'm just gonna put a few of them over here for something a little bit different. All right, well, that's the plate. I'm gonna clean up the area now, and then I'll show you, give you an aerial view of it. All right, cleaned up my workspace, and here she is. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, I love it so much. And now I have to unfortunately go text my mom and invite her over so that I can share. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am absolutely going to enjoy eating the fruits of today's video. I wanted to share one more thing with you before I went. This is a book, I don't know if you can see it. It's called That Cheese Plate Will Change Your Life. There is an Instagram by the same name. Has definitely inspired my cheese plate making in 2020. Not that I didn't make cheese plates before, but this has really given me a lot of good ideas, and so I wanted to shout that out. I actually gifted this to some folks for Christmas this year, so that's something if you're also into making cheese plates that you can check out as well. The cheese plate I made today was sort of like my own creation of things I had in the house. I didn't necessarily follow this book, but I have, and I've gotten lots of inspiration from it in the past. So I'm gonna go eat that cheese plate, and I will see you in the next video, which we're getting so close to the end. I'm getting really sad. I'm gonna miss doing these, but that means it's almost Christmas, which is exciting too. So in the meantime, you can find us at vincoprep.com, or if you want to do a free bar prep consult with me to see if you'd be a good fit to work with Vinco, you can email Sheena at info@vincoprep.com and she'll set it up. So I'll see you tomorrow.